It's Santa's reindeers, Dasher, Dancer, and Prancer, Vixen, Comet, and Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, and don't forget all of the reindeers. All of the other reindeers used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer.
Okay, we're back here. We're back here with another Merry Christmas show with one of the big stars of EPW, New England Sports Promotion, Empire Pro Wrestling. You better believe it. He's right here on Memories of the Boston Garden, right here. It's the man, the myth, the legend, Bandit Bill Rossi.
Good to be back with you, Rocky.
All right here on Memories of the Boston Garden. We got a lot of things to talk about. I haven't seen you for a while, but we're going to make up for lost time right here at Saugus TV. It's our new beautiful studio. We've been doing shows. I think we're on number 8. We're going to try to get up there. We got them all right here. We got all the great things going on here. We got Michelle in the back, lucky Michelle. We got Rachel, the incredible Rachel. We got John. That's right. We got John doing all the editing, all the techniques in the back, all the flips, all the dips. And don't forget my man Anthony, and as well as the CEO Brian. He's there right now. He's trying to fight with TMZ. They're trying to take our talent, take us to TMZ. But right now, we're going to talk about the Bandit Bill Rossi. Great to be here, Bill. All the great things you've done with Rocky Raymond, all you know, when you started, how you started, and what year did you start, Bill? Take it right over.
I started in the mid-'80s. I followed you on local access TV, Bedlam from Boston, I think was the first thing I was watching. And came across a fella that I was doing business with. I didn't even realize I was doing business with. Well, he brought me to Rocky Raymond School, and I took the course, and it was a tough course, but I took it. I followed through with it, and as promised, I got my first pro match, and from there it just blossomed. I blossomed in New England. I decided that I was going to live in New England for a while, and the people here have always received me very well. Even when I wasn't the nicest guy in the world, they still received me very well. I'm very grateful to all the fans in New England and all the people in EPW. And I do want to stretch a little bit down to ICW, which I did get a chance to do TV down in ICW TV, and it was a real pleasure. And I owe a lot to these people that had brought me along, so I'm very grateful.
Well, I'll tell you, your first match, I believe, was in Revere at Wonderland Ballroom, I believe.
It was attacked.
And the main event that night, I believe, was Superstar Billy Graham against, I believe, Salvatore Bellomo. I wrestled Shane Douglas on that card, and of course, they rented my ring. And of course, from there, I believe you wrestled Eric Frazier, the irresistible one at the time. Eric Frazier was his first match also, I believe. And it was your first match, and you got to meet Dominic DeNucci. Tell us a little bit about that night when you met Dominic DeNucci.
Well, I came from a very Italian family, and my mother happened to be in love with Dominic DeNucci. And Bruno, she just loved the Italian men. And the night that I met him, I was surprised. I didn't know he was even on the card that night, but I met him that night and snapped a photo with him, and my mother hung that photo on her wall for years. Big fan of Dominic DeNucci and Bruno, and she was a little afraid of me being in the wrestling room with these guys. But the fact of the matter is, I stepped up and I faced whoever they put in front of me, and I wish it had been Dominic DeNucci. I wouldn't have minded getting the beat down from him.
Well, I tell you, a lot of those guys that you did get to wrestle, you just happened to be at the right time. The wrestling was, there's very, a lot of wrestling at that time. I mean, not as much as now. It's on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then that AEW, if I get that little pencil neck geek in the ring, that little Jewish guy there, what's his name there, that JFL, just talking about Bruno and deceased and rolling over in the grave and all that shit. I'll put him in his grave. I'll put his head where the sun don't shine, and I'll turn it around a couple of times, and then put it back up, and then throw it down his throat. Because that's awful what they do, what they let go on now. It's been bothering me. It's been bothering me for a day or so now. Shows on Wednesday, and this kid, they're talking about Bruno like that. He wouldn't be able to lace Bruno's boots on his best day. And these wrestlers today, I never seen so much wrestling in all my life. I mean, I see you flip the channel. You got this one. You got Hollywood. You got New Japan's on Thursday night. Then you got Impact Wrestling. Then you got the stuff on Nessun now. If you're catching any of that old stuff from Tennessee, there's just so much on. It's just so much to watch. And then, of course, you go on YouTube and you see Rocky Raymond, see all the great shows. And my shows have a little something more to offer, as you're going to see when I show my stuff from the Boston Garden. Nobody's got that stuff. Nobody. No one got those matches that we've seen in previous things, and I'm sure you've seen them too. They're all over. They're all over. We've been doing the show here. This is the fastest moving show, the fastest moving people, the fastest people with ambition, with cable TV, local cable, Saugus Community TV. I live right up the street. I should have been coming here 9 years ago. I wasted my time in there because I did 8, 9, 10, I don't know how many shows I've done with Anthony. The kid's unbelievable. He's like Coca-Cola, he's all over. He's got more moves than a bowl of Jello. He's got his moves, he's just unbelievable. And everyone works together as a team here. And that's what it's about, community TV. And that's what it should be. But we have a lot of great things going on here. We had Founders Day, had a great day down there this September and doing the things that they do. They always got their hands in something for something going on. No matter what it is, they're always willing to help out and do what they're doing, whether it's the tree lighting or whatever's going on. And you can see this beautiful setup here. And we want to thank New Bridge Cafe. You can go on there on the website. You can go newbridgecafe, all one word.com, and see all the great food and all the great things. And we just had a little feast. We had a little pizza, a little break. We ate, and we do these kind of things here. These things are the things we do because we're together as a team. We work as a team. Now tell me who your favorite person is that you wrestle out of all the names you wrestle. You wrestle a lot of big names.
Well, that's a tough one. I did get the chance to wrestle a lot of big names. David Schultz was tough. I enjoyed that match. He challenged me. He beat me, but that's beside the point. The point is, not a lot of people want to get in the ring with a guy like him. I was not afraid to do that. And I think we forged a little bit of a friendship out of respect for each other. I think once I was able to show him that I can take the bumps as good as anybody, we were pretty good. Johnny Rod's also very good. I enjoyed working with him. And again, another big name that beat me, but it's not about winning and losing. It's about performing, and it's about putting on a good, remember what I've always heard, wrestling is exhibition, not competition. So when we go into the ring, we're in there doing a very dangerous thing to entertain you, and those guys were real good to work with. Schultz, Johnny Rods, Stan Lane, Ivan Putski. We worked against Gustav the Giant down in New Jersey.
Yeah, you don't want him to fall on you.
No, he already did that once.
He says, "Oh, you got to the back of the restaurant." He says, "Oh, you're blown up." No, I'm not blown up. Because if the opponent found out you were blown up, they wouldn't use you again because you're out of breath. That's what blown up means, and all those guys. And you did get to go to ICW, was International Championship Wrestling, which was on 82 different syndications. So you got some coverage on that. The paydays might not have been great, but you did get to see, you did get to wrestle a lot of guys that are real wrestlers, not these club wrestlers, like when you wrestle for Richard Burns or you wrestle for, say, any of those independents that were out there. And you remember the time, huh? You remember the time when you went with Burns on a show, and then the next day I ran a show, and then you were working at a liquor store, and I put on the poster Bandit Jeff Ladd. Do you remember that one?
I do.
That got you pretty well.
That got me seeing. That got the
mad,
bandit,
right?
That got the Bandit a little TO'd.
Yeah. Put Bandit Jeff Ladd on there because you.
Well, just so you know, I just spoke with Jeff Ladd not long ago.
Really?
I did, in fact, and it's a fact. He lives down in the Carolinas now, and I spoke with him not that long ago, and we had a little laugh about that.
Yeah.
He still implores. He had nothing to do with it.
Oh, he didn't. I was the promoter. I did it all.
He said, "Bill, I didn't take your name. I had nothing to do with it." And,
no, I did it. I admit it. I did it.
That's all right.
But those were the things you did to let people know what the things were, because no one had more shows in New England than Rocky Raymond. I had more shows than Kowalski, more shows than Burns, more shows than anyone. I started out as New England Sports Promotion. Then I changed it to Northeast Championship Wrestling. Then I changed it to Empire Pro Wrestling. Do you know why I did that? I did that because every time you change the name of the promotion, people would think it was something new. It was something new, something different. And that's why. It's a new thing. It's a new thing. But let's go to the part of the program that we're going to call this week Bandit Bill Rossi Mad Classics. That's right. We're going to skip the Boston Garden this particular show, and we're going to give you the Bandit Bill Rossi one. and we're going to give you the one that he wanted, and that's it. Johnny Rods against Bandit Bill Rossi from Malvern High School.
285 pounds, the Bandit Bill Rossi. His opponent now entering the ring from New York City at 242 pounds, the unpredictable Johnny Rods.
All right, Billy, here we go again. We got that unpredictable Johnny Rods. This evening looks like he's laughing already. He's sizing up Bill Rossi, and I know he's ready to do a number on him.
Well, he's changed his look, he's changed his image. Obviously, a lot of martial arts in Johnny Rod's life right now.
Right, exactly. But that match before, I can't believe, right in front of my own eyes, that what Brutus Blackfeather did to the referee. These films are going to have to be reviewed, and there's going to be a few suspensions. Johnny's looking, staring him right into his eyes right now. Oh, didn't even see that. See the quickness of that?
It's like a blur.
Now he's talking to Paul Richard. Paul's warning him about punching like that. Just elbow across the forehead.
Well, Bill Rossi's got his hands full with Johnny Rods. Johnny Rods, the seasoned veteran, he's fought all the best wrestlers all around the world.
Anybody who wrestles Johnny has their hands full. Like Johnny says, he's looking for Richie Burns, superstar, and he'll elbow right to the chin, and he'll dismember anybody just to get the shot at Richie.
Bill Rossi coming into this match, I think a little overweight too.
Oh no, that's Bill's weight. He's about 285, 290, but he tries to keep it down. But you know, when you get to that size, you got to be able to move and to take care of yourself, and he tries to hang in there. Not making excuses for him, but he's got the disadvantage right now. He's got him in an arm lock, and he's working on that arm. Johnny, a seasoned vet, knows what he's doing out there.
Well, watching as a veteran of the sport yourself, any advice you'd be able to give Bill Rossi right now?
Well, what he's got to do is he's got to get up and he's got to attack on. He can't back off. If you back off from Johnny's going to keep coming at you. It's like when you're boxing out there, you got to come to him. You know, once you start backing out, you're at his mercy. And he's working on that upper shoulder and the arm, and right now he's reversing that shoulder. Well, it was 280 against 250, and Mr. Rossi got the worst of that one.
Well, Johnny Rods, too, with the martial arts experience, again, it's the same thing. You know those pressure points, you know exactly where to hit someone.
Good take right there by Bill Rossi. He's shaking his head, still feeling the blows. His eye, where he got punched that first time, look, it's really swollen, and you can see in the right eye, it's all red and inflamed. But that's not going to stop Bill. You can see Bill's a gamey, good wrestler. Got him in a headlock right now, in a side lock. Johnny Rods is saying something to him, but Bill's going to give him back the punishment that John gave to him.
Oh,
here comes. Oh, good tape. Oh. He's still hanging on to that head. Where that body goes, the head's going to follow. Oh. Right on the back of that cranial, right on the back of that head. It took all the weight right there. You can hear the stars right now, and you see Johnny what he's doing? He's going right to his head. He's on the second turnbuckle right now. He's going to land. The ref's talking to him. Paul's warning him. He's telling him to get down. Got to count him out right now. Paul, Bill Rossi, you can see his eye. He's shaking his head right now. Oh, right across the top of the cranial. Right on the top of that head with a wicked elbow.
I think we'll probably see Johnny Rods try to move in for the kill here.
Now, Johnny uses those ropes. He likes to look at it. He's walking it quick. You see the agility he has. You know, that looks easy, but it's real hard to keep your balance up there, Billy.
And he's just toying around with him right now.
Bill's a good, a side straddle kick from the second rope. You can see Johnny talking to the fans. He's got that confidence. He's got the ability. You can see he's in control of this whole match right now. Now he's going to the second again. Oh, right to the head. You see the body that he's working on? Everything's been so far to the forehead. He's turning the lights out. The shades are getting dim.
He's telling the referee, Paul Richard, don't give me any more orders in the ring. He said, let me fight the fight my way. And obviously, Paul Richard doesn't want to see that happening.
Well, Paul's arguing with him because John's a tough character out there. And Johnny Rods doesn't take for nobody. The ref, again, a kick to the forehead. Oh, he missed with that. He went for a clothesline and he missed. Bill still got underneath that. He's still hanging in there. Here comes a suplex.
Right back to work.
Oh! That's it. That's it. That was a strong strength maneuver.
Oh.
Right to the forehead again with the elbow. Now he's dancing up there. You can see the audacity and the tenaciousness of Johnny Rods.
Well, he's definitely poised, without a question.
A headbutt. Another one. A headbutt.
Johnny Rods feels so comfortable in the ring.
With a leg drop right to there. You know, every maneuver so far was on the head.
Right to the forehead. You have to believe Bill Rossi doesn't even know what city he's in right now.
Crowd is kind of hushed right now. The punishment that Bill's taken. There was a good side kick right there to the chin, right to his clavicle. Caught him, knocked the wind out of him. He's flat on his back, and he's just stalking him like a wild animal would do to his victim.
And you know something? It's interesting to watch. The speed of his feet is just as fast as the speed of his hands.
Yeah, he's got the ability. He's got the speed. He's strong. He's powerful. He's going to be a contender. You can tell in the United States Wrestling Federation right now, Johnny's going to be a man to be reckoned with.
Well, you have to believe Richard Byrne must be watching this match carefully because it was just recently that we heard Johnny Rods challenging Byrne.
Yep, exactly. He missed with that punch. Oh, clothesline by Bill Rossi.
A sign of life.
The karate chop to the back of the thigh by Johnny Rods. His eye looks like he's got a little pain there. He's on a little Netherland right now. Bill might be coming back.
Well, he's a big man. He carries a lot of strength.
You can just see the difference, though, in the upper body between Johnny and Bill Ross. The cuts, the definition, and the size.
And Bill Rossi fighting with confidence right now.
He's coming back, exactly. It's been a good match so far, but Bill was getting the brunt of it, but he's giving a little punishment back to Johnny Rods. Got him in a side headlock, trying to work him, trying to get him into a suplex. Again, he's trying to get him up. He got him up and over. Oh. All right, Bill Rossi showing me something right now.
Well, it's amazing that he has the strength left to do these moves, to carry out a suplex with the Johnny Rods at this point in the match.
Johnny's looking for his second win right now. You can see
and
right
there it is.
Exactly. He's setting him up. He's working, taking his time. He might be decoying him too right now.
Well, that's so typical of Johnny Rods. You never really know when the man is done, when the man is finished. All of a sudden, he'll come out with lightning force.
That's why they call him unpredictable.
Oh!
A side dodge, flip splash to his eyes. That's a new maneuver I haven't seen anybody do.
He's on the turnbuckle again.
Oh! That's it. That's it right there. That was a knee.
I think that's all she wrote.
Well,
no, he wants more of this guy. And Bill Rossi.
Oh, that was a good splash by Bill up the upper body with his shoulder. Another one. I don't know where he's getting this adrenaline.
Well, he's definitely building up a reputation for himself as being able to take the punishment.
Another side kick to the neck by Johnny Rods with his karate moves. Here it comes. Power, suplex, to the rope, splash, that's it, he's counted the leg, locked the leg, that's it.
Now, these guys really punished each other. I think we had to see Johnny Rods digging way down deep there to get Bill Rossi up in the air and to slam him.
He was tested on this match right now. Bill was a gamey wrestler. He put up a good match. Oh, he's even he's outside the ropes. Johnny Rods misses, he's still trying to punish him.
I think Rods took a little bit more punishment in this bout than he was looking for.
And he's angry. You can tell he's angry. He's trying to work on him outside the ring. Come on, we can't see. We're covered over there. A headbutt. A good splash to the neck. A karate chop to the abdomen. Johnny Rods, come on, this match is over, ref.
Ladies and gentlemen,
for him there.
in 9 minutes, 42 seconds, the winner, the
Paul Richard
unpredictable
trying to get some kind of
Johnny
control.
Rods.
All right, that's it. We'll be right back with more from the United States Wrestling Federation.
That he got the award and that you gave that award to him.
Empire Pro Wrestling, you better believe it. Empire Pro Wrestling, often imitated, never duplicated. The champagne, if you will, of the independents. Everybody wants to be a wrestler promoter. You got all these Mickey Mouse wrestlers, they buy boots and tights. Some of them don't even have boots or tights. They get in the ring with sweatpants and sneakers and think they're wrestlers. But
this man has been all over the world. He's been everywhere. He's been to New York City, Madison Square Garden. He picked up Hulk Hogan like a bag of donuts, dropped him on his head, and shook his hand out. He was all around the Mid-Atlantic area, Louisiana, all down there with Mr. Bill Watts, as well as the booker was Ernie Ladd, I believe. Who else, Tony?
Ernie Ladd, Cowboy Bill Watts, Rufus Joe, Wahoo McDaniel, Ric Flair, Andre the Giant, Chief J. Strongbow, Tony Guerrero. I could go on and on and on.
Now I go back a little further. Earl Mania, Sheila I. Thomas, Big Cat Wright, Sweet Daddy Ziggy, Sweet Daddy Rocky, Pork Chop Cash.
A whole bunch of others. I've been around this ring about 45 years.
All right. And when did you meet me? How long ago?
I think I met you, Rocky, was in the early 90s, the late 80s.
ICW, but I knew you way before that. When I took my first picture with you with the Superman costume on.
That's right. Back in the mid-80s then.
Mid-80s, that was before everyone was taking selfies, right?
That's right. It was called World Class Championship Wrestling with the Von Erichs.
As well. You've been everywhere. I'm going to tell you, the tag team champions with Rocky.
With Rocky Johnson, Dwayne Johnson, the Rock Father.
As well as the Samoans, and you beat the Samoans to the title, I believe.
Yeah, well, it's so ironic about that. The Wild Samoan was also Dwayne Johnson's uncle. And Raymond Rome is Alpha Seeker, son.
Correct. Now, you gotta understand something. You try to be a Boston bad boy back in the day with Tony Rumble. You were wearing the bad boy gear.
That's right. Tony Rumble was my manager. I had the crossbone, the star, the whole gimmick.
And who broke Tony Rumble in the business?
Well, everybody know you did.
That's right. And he was a great guy, and God bless him.
God bless him. I miss him every day. Every day I come to Rivera, I always miss Tony Rumble. Great individual.
Great. He used to push the bus. You don't gotta know about push the bus, but you know something? You got those big arms, right? My arms aren't that bad either, right? How about we do a lot of wrestling here tonight? Me and you.
yeah, let's get an arm wrestling going. Come on, let's get it going. That's right.
Okay, referee, get that table in the ring. Now, I want my
Get that table in the ring.
Number one referee, we gave, number one referee, he's gonna be there, this referee's gonna be there, and all that good stuff. Come on, number one referee, get in here. Now, is this table stable here or what?
Yeah, that's good.
You gonna wear that wedding ring while I arm wrestle you? Now, wait 1 minute here. I want to check him out. Check him out. Make sure you have that baby all on. Now let's stop. Okay? No, you don't check his leg because his legs, let me tell you something. Bench press 440 pounds right now. He'll probably pick me up. What about me? I got no foreign objects. Be fair, right? Fair what? What are you doing with that? They're gonna win tonight or what?
Yeah! They're gonna deflate the goals!
There we go. Here we go. Get someone in there. Get in there, Eric. Smash him with the chair. Smash him down. Beat him down. Smash this man into smithereens. Yes, give him a right hand blow to the side of the head. Who are these other grobblers coming in the ring? Look, you can't even get in the ring. I'm going to smash you in a minute. Who are these other grobblers? All right, we're back here. Memories of the Boston Garden with my pal Bandit Bill Rossi. We got a couple more things to talk about. I hope you enjoyed that match with Johnny Rods against the Bandit in Malden High School. That was a long time ago, Bill. And we got a couple of more probably going to squeeze in there too. We'll see what time we got left on the Richter scale. Let's talk a little bit about we got some more pitches, and then we can talk about that new belt you got. So let's go back to those pitches that we have. We got a couple of more pitches we got there. And then we'll talk about the new belt that your son got to. There's a little picture that's an IBW Hall with me and you, and that's a perfectly placed body slam. And on the bottom, you got Bloody Lou Albano.
Wow. I think I can still feel that bump. I think I still feel it.
Yeah, yeah. And then we got I believe that's Winthrop. And then on the top, you got Paul the Butcher Vachon. And on the bottom, you got the standing view of you and Butcher Paul Vachon. Tell us a little bit about that match with Butcher Paul Vachon. I know there was one instance he said that he had pretty bad breath.
Well, he was a cigar smoker.
Yeah.
And I remember the night I showed up for the show, I walked into the dressing room and he was in there already. I didn't recognize him at first because he was dressed in a suit. And he had a cigar burning behind a big newspaper, and he kept his face in the newspaper the whole time I walked in. And I just waited. We were the only two in the dressing room at the time, and I just waited and waited. And finally, he dropped the paper enough to look at me, and I said, "Yep, that's him." We went into the ring, and he just had a big old smile on his face, and then he proceeded to scrape my back with his nails. He did that a half a dozen times, and that stung a little when I showered.
Well, I'll tell you right now that the Vachon family goes way back into the wrestling business, way back. They had Paul the Butcher Vachon and Mad Dog Vachon, who wrestled in the AWA. You've probably heard that story about, I don't know if you're watching the Tales of the Territories, they had AWA when Mad Dog Vachon opened the door of the plane up and tried to jump out the plane of some sort, some crazy thing. That was on, I don't know if you've been watching the Tales of the Territories. They got a lot of them on there. They got all the, whether it be Polynesian wrestling, they had NWA on there with the Crockett promotion, they had Tennessee on there. It was very, very interesting. CWF was on there, Championship Wrestling in Florida, which I participated in 1983. And those guys were no joke. The Vachons, all those old timers from the old days, they laid them in hard, and they let you know. And when you wrestled Putski, he did 2-3 moves, and that's all he knew to begin with. Body slam, the Polish hammer, and maybe a headlock, but that was about it. And back in the day, those guys did what they did, and that's all they did. 2, 3, 4 of them, and that was it. But you were lucky. You were lucky that you were under the tutelage of Rocky Raymond, and I had all the connections back then because I had the ring. I had the cage, I had the ring, so I got to go to different territories, different local territories. They weren't territories like, you know, the old days of the territories, but New England had a lot of areas. Everybody wanted to run wrestling, and everybody wanted to do the steel cage now. Tell us a little bit about your first steel cage match against Eric Sprazier.
Eric Sprazier, I believe that was, wasn't that Winthrop?
No, Melrose Armory.
Melrose Armory, that's why I'm getting foggy here in my old age. Yeah, Eric was always tough. I trained with Eric coming up, and one thing when you learn, when you're training with somebody, especially someone like him, you start to realize their strengths, and you start to, you know, at least I tried to stay away from his strengths. He was a high flyer. He could fly across the ring. So, of course, I was always tried to be careful with Eric. I thought I had the advantage in Eric in the steel cage because I was a little heavier than Eric, but he had resilience, and he could stay with you. Even when you thought he was down and out, he'd stay right with you. So Eric was a tough opponent, but I have a lot of respect for Eric. He went on and did what he did, and I went on and did what I did, and I think we walked away from each other with enough respect. So,
yeah, well, Eric is a very, very big boy now, and he would have made it pretty far, but he just didn't want to, you know, he didn't want to stick with it, and he didn't want to train. He did do a couple of places. He went to Japan with Philip Paulo, I believe, and He went down to Texas. I don't know, went to Texas. He went somewhere with the NWA. They were NWA Tag Team Champions with some group down there, whether it be Texas or wherever. He went to Puerto Rico with Tony, I believe, if I remember right. But he did all he could do. He could have done a lot more, and he would have been a lot. But he's doing great right now, and good luck to him, whatever he's doing, and all the other great things. There's a picture of Bandit Bill Rossi and young Boston Bad Boy Rocky Raymond, and that has to be at. I'm going to say USWF. I see the banner, and I see that might be at IBW Hall, I think, Bill. What do you think?
Very likely it was, I believe, IBW Hall.
Yeah.
I believe it was, and that was Scott Dickinson that ref that match. And for Scott, if you're ever out there looking for you, I still have that referee jersey. It's torn to shreds, but I still have it.
Yeah,
and,
well, that was the night that I hit you with the leg drop from the side. You didn't like that too much.
Well,
your head was turned the other way. You didn't see me coming, and I gave you the leg drop on the side of your back of your neck, and you were like, "Ew." Well, it wasn't a shoot, but it was a when off guard, things like that happen.
No, stuff happens. Hey, listen, that's the game.
Hey, listen, you were my student. You got taught. You got taught, just like when we were down. We wrestled one night down the Cape. I believe it was. Two shots. It was a double shot one day. The first shot,
out in that football stadium.
I was outdoors, and I think I was the good guy that night in the afternoon. And then that night, I wrestled as the bad guy because when I went to the ring, man, you remember the kid with the hand putting it in my face?
Finger,
and I grabbed it and I ripped it. I threw it back at his father, and I ripped it in half. I said, "Now go buy another one." And I was. That's the things you had to do to get the situation over. You had to get the people to believe. Not like today, they don't believe, so they just don't believe. They don't believe, and there's no realism to it, or like all the stuff that you're seeing on TV now. It's ridiculous. I mean, as far as it goes, I mean, there's no realism to it. There's no grab you.
It's lost its essence.
Yeah, well, when Vince said, wrestling was a work or whatever, and there's one with the Bandit. That was one of your first pictures there with the bull on the side of your arm there, Bandit Bill Rossi. That's another one. I mean, we go through that with the pictures that we have. I mean, my picture situation is crazy. I mean, when I start scanning in here, it's like, you try to scan and do them all, but you did wrestle a good array of wrestlers. You wrestled Dr. D, Stan Lane, Johnny Rods. I believe you wrestled Putski in a tag match with me. You wrestled all the names that meant something back in the day of wrestling, meaning something. Not like today. Today, it's not, you see one, you've seen 5, 6, 7 of the same matches over and over again, and it's not like like we were talking about, like in the last show I did with Paul and Mike, and when they announced the show at the Boston Garden, the people waited and they loved it. They loved the situation being, and they really liked it. I mean, and they did. And you were lucky. You got to be around the wrestling when you could get booked. Now there's nowhere to go. Where are you going to go now? There's the wrestling schools. I guess there's a lot of them out there, but where are you going to go? There's nowhere. There's no territories anymore. So where do you go?
No, we were fortunate. I consider myself lucky to get in when I did, and I got to see and meet and sometimes wrestle some of the people I watched growing up. It was down near the later part of their career, but I did it as well, and I was very grateful that some of those guys were still around. I know there's more video, there's stuff out there I've never even seen, but I don't know if I'll ever see it because who knows where it is at this point. But
well, the YouTube situation is unbelievable. You could watch it for hours and hours and hours and go on there, and so many things that are on there. You can search my shows on YouTube, all the greatest shows from Boston Garden, all the greatest shows from Revere. I even got shows up there that I'm going to be playing from Winthrop when we did shows at Winthrop TV, Winthrop TV too, and the shows at Winthrop High School. The Night of the Cage we did when you wrestled. Who did you wrestle on that show? I know you wrestled in the cage against. I think it was a cowboy or something. I forget his name.
No, that was Hillbilly Seth.
Yeah, it could have been Hillbilly Seth. Yeah, could have been. There's so many.
Big boy.
Like I said, there's a lot of things that I have on tape that I haven't seen, and finding it's another thing. I'm looking for one right now. I found one with Virgil, and I'm looking for one when I wrestled the Ultimate Warrior, not the real Ultimate Warrior, the one that was like the one from the Palace was a stripper, and he wrestled on WCW. I forget his name. He was the Ultimate Warrior, but he wasn't the real Ultimate Warrior that shook the ropes and did all that. But yeah, I'm trying to find some of the old stuff, and in the weeks to come, we're going to have a lot more. And who knows what we're going to come up with. We got a lot of things coming. Now let's talk a little bit about that belt you got there, that new belt that I believe your son bought you. And
Well, this belt here was purchased by my son. My last, one of my last matches with the gentleman you're familiar with, Astro Man. We had a series of matches back and forth, and unfortunately, before he went back to the Dominican Republic, he decided to beat my belt up, so he smashed it up a little bit. He lost it, he wasn't going to take it home, so so it got pretty beat up. And my son always felt, you know, that for my time as EPW Super Heavyweight, that I didn't really have much to show. So he decided to purchase this belt for me. He bought it from a company online. We researched a bunch of places, and it's really basically just you know, I wouldn't put it in the ring anymore because it doesn't need to be there. What it basically is, it's a trophy to the time that I had in the wrestling business, and I think he did a nice job. His choice was very nice, and I'm very pleased and very proud of him for doing that for me.
well, it's a very nice belt, and it's the gesture is nice, and like I said, it's a good keep the memories of all your matches. I know you first had that match in East Boston against the Blue Duke, or as we know as
The Blue Demon.
there's Rocky Raymond and Bill Rossi, one of the first New England Heavyweight Championship matches. I think that might be in Malden, at the Malden High School, I believe.
Yes, that looks like Malden.
And yeah, and all the matches that you did have, you're lucky to have, get on TV, ICW TV, local TV, my TV, and all the things that we have. Is there anything you say, some of your fans that might be out there that might be wondering what Bill's doing these days and the future of the Bandit Bill Rossi with what's going to be coming up? And
Well, just recently, we a few years back, we had the show at the Lido that you did, and
Right.
I did attend that show, and I was actually recognized by some of the people in Malden and Everett that actually approached me and said they remembered the Bandit Bill Rossi, which is a surprise to me. You know, I was never a big famous person, so for someone to recognize you is a nice gesture, and I want to thank those people. I know there were more than one of you that came back to those Malden shows and wherever we happened to be working at the time, the Rocky Raymond shows, and I know you were there, and I appreciate that.
yeah, we had a lot of action going on back in the '80s, and a little bit different than the way things are now today. They don't wear wrestling shoes, boots. They don't have wrestling gear. They do the chop matches or whatever they have. They don't sell. They don't get the. I don't know. It's just not the way it was, and it's never going to be the way it was with guys like Bruno Sammartino and myself. I consider myself a professional wrestler, not an entertainer. As everyone knows when you go in the ring with me, you even know yourself. I was a little stiff at times, but it made things look good the way it was. It was, you know, that's just the way it is. And now it's flips and dips and all these honey dips, and they should call it Cirque du Soleil. More like that. That's what the wrestling is like today. They're doing all these swings and things and all those great things, you know. But the way it was with me back in my days, I wrestled a lot of legends. Killer Kowalski, Angelo Mosca. I wrestled in Florida. I wrestled all the great names down there. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, the Briscoes, the Funks, the Armstrongs, the Kangaroos. Then I went up to Canada and I wrestled the Rougeaus. I wrestled all of them. Dino Bravo, Sailor White, all those great names that, and it was different. It was days where it was just different. It wasn't like now. Now there's no rhyme or reason. And hopefully, maybe it'll change, maybe it won't. I don't think it's ever going to be the way it was when we went to the Boston Garden. Like, you know, the shows that you went to the Boston Garden. Do you remember any of the big shows that you went to at the Boston Garden?
Oh, my first time, Bruno against Spiros Arion.
Bruno and Spiros Arion.
I was hooked.
Yeah.
I was hooked. The man that come out that dressing room was on fire, and it was amazing to watch the electricity that Bruno could inject into a crowd of people. I mean, when that guy came out the door, there was nobody that mattered at all now. And put on an amazing show and really take it to his opponent. Spiros Arion was a tough guy. No doubt about him. And Bruno laid it to him. And it was the beginning of my wrestling life.
Yeah.
From that moment on, I always believed I could do this, but never believed that I would.
Well, you did it. And we're going to go to part of this program now. We're going to shoot a little shot that was done with the Bruno Sammartino cam that came to the garden each and every month with me. And I did a lot of filming with this little camera, done a lot of footage, and we're going to do something from the Boston Garden. We're going to post something up against Bruno, maybe a tag match, or Bruno and Kola, Bruno against Koloff and Superstar, and Bruno. I think I'm going to try to find one with Danucci, because Danucci, you like Danucci, so see if we can get Danucci on the Mac Classics this week. So we're going to go a part of that program right now that we call the Mac Classics from the Boston Garden.
We're right here at the Boston Garden. The great Mac Classics. I'm the voice of the Mac Classics, Rocky Raymond. October 25th, 1975, superstar Billy Graham and Spiros Arion will meet the living legend Bruno Sammartino and Dominic Danucci. The Grand Wizard of Professional Wrestling with superstar Billy Graham, as well as coming into the ring right now, the living legend Bruno Sammartino, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation champion, with his partner, Dominic Danucci. Classy Freddie Blassie, and the referee for this one, John Stanley. These are the great Mad Classics from the Boston Garden, and you can only see him here with Rocky Raymond. The man that shot it all, and I'm going to tell you all about the great wrestlers of the 1970s all the way up. All the great matches from the Boston Garden. As you know, Dominic Danucci, one of the great partners of Bruno Sammartino throughout the years of professional wrestling. Superstar Billy Graham with the fiery one, Fred Blassie, as he shows you the size of the arms of the superstar. Some 22 inches, as well as the Grand Wizard of Professional Wrestling. Oh yeah. We got him right here from the Boston Garden, as well as Spiros Arion, the partner of superstar Billy Graham, the European sensation from Greece. Very large man from Greece. They usually have a lot of short guys out there. But they got a tall one here. There's the bell, and we're off with the great Mad Classics. And it's Bruno Sammartino and Spiros Arion, the Golden Greek. That's right. The protege of Bruno Sammartino at one time, then turned out to be a Benedict Arnold in professional wrestling. But you get a lot of those when you come down the pike. And it's Sammartino and Arion in the middle of the ring, as Arion got the side headlock now. They're doing a little crisscross now. They're hitting those ropes back and forth. It's Sammartino one way and Spiros the other. Bruno with a drop down. Hit those ropes, and it looks like Sammartino got the headlock now. These are the days of professional wrestling when you had to wrestle. None of this glamour, none of this music when you come into the ring was all hard knocks, professional wrestling. No lights, no fireworks, just good old hardcore professional wrestling. And superstar Billy Graham pulling Sammartino back to the corner as Spiros Arion starts to go to work on the living legend now. Winding up the arm now, it's Spiros Arion. Back in the corner, it's superstar Billy Graham with a blatant chokehold. Our referee, John Stanley, one of the greatest referees of all time in the Boston Garden. Some good calls, some bad calls. And the crowd seems to like the tag team action that they're seeing tonight here at the great Boston Garden Mac Classics. Oh yeah, 1975, that's right, the great Mac Classics. Shot on film, and you won't see film. As you know, the days of video have come about, as well as digital cable and all the other good things. And it's superstar Billy Graham now and Bruno Sammartino mid-ring with a hammerlock now, the superstar. One of the most charismatic. Oh yeah, he had some great charisma. Superstar Billy Graham shoots Sammartino into that corner buckle now. And Sammartino getting the brunt of that blow. Heavy blows back in the day. These were the days of Sammartino days, if you will. Into that corner now, big back body drop. And it was a rough style of professional wrestling. Dominic Danucci coming in like a house of fire. Oh yeah, Dominic Danucci, the paisan of Bruno Sammartino, going to work on Superstar and Arion now. And the crowd, oh, a big headbutt now by Dominic Danucci. A right hand sends Superstar Billy Graham reeling. Oh, no, that's the wrong corner. And Bruno puts a boot to the midsection now. And it's Superstar Billy Graham in, as well as Arion now, coming in to help out Superstar, but to no avail. And Dominic Danucci hammering Superstar on the ropes now. It's Dominic DeNucci and Superstar in one corner, and the referee trying to get Arion back in the corner. This is the best of Superstar Billy Graham. We've got some great matches. All his matches throughout New England, as well as Providence Civic Center, and some of the great battles that he did in Boston Garden, defending his Worldwide Wrestling Federation, as you'll know further down in this tape. We're going to be seeing some of his Worldwide Wrestling Federation championship matches with such great stars as Ivan Putski, Chief Jay Strongbow from Pahuska, Oklahoma, as well as some great steel cage matches. And we got some great footage from Providence Civic Center with Bob Backlund. That's right, Superstar Billy Graham, more charisma, unbelievable action, great physique, well before his time in professional wrestling, as we well know. And we're going to see some great feuding with Bruno Sammartino and the Superstar as well. And back in the ring is Dominic DeNucci, and he looks like the meeting of the minds right there. And Dominic DeNucci looking to get out of that corner to make a tag with the living legend Bruno Sammartino, who waits anxiously in the corner now. Dominic DeNucci trying to get over to Bruno, and Spiros Arion and Superstar Billy Graham putting the boots to those hamstrings now. Sammartino coming in now trying to get DeNucci over the tag. And Superstar covering DeNucci with a lateral press. And our referee John Stanley only gets the 2 counters. We get a quick tag, and Sammartino's in the ring now. And it's Superstar and Sammartino going at it back and forth with a couple of big right hands, heavy blows, and Arion tagged in now. Sammartino going to town on the Golden Greek. Oh, big blow now. Sending Spiros Arion flying now off the ropes now. Big boot to the midsection now, and Spiros Arion finds himself in the cover. And no, just a 2 count now. And John Stanley looking on. Superstar Billy Graham coming in to interrupt the count. And it's Sammartino, Superstar going back and forth in the middle of the ring now as these 2 guys, no love lost between these 2. It's Sammartino with a big right hand, followed up by a big knee to the side of the head now. A right to the midsection, a couple of boots to the midsection now. And Sammartino is going wild here in Boston. Arion coming in now, and Sammartino and DeNucci now. Big forearm smash coming up to the, DeNucci and Sammartino working on the Golden Greek now. Shooting him back into the ropes now, into the big one. Spiros Arion into Superstar now. And the crowd here in Boston is loving the action in this Australian-style tag team match. Sammartino and Arion outside the ring now. Oh, Arion, he rammed his head into those wooden stairs, fans. These are the old days of professional wrestling. These are the Mat Classics from the Boston Garden. You won't see these in too many places and on too many shelves, but you can only see them here at the Mat Classics from the Boston Garden. And my name is Rocky Raymond, the voice of the Mat Classics. And Sammartino back in the ring now, and Superstar putting the boots to him hot and heavy. Sammartino draped over that top rope, and Arion coming in to helping hand now, slingshot. Sammartino down in the ring now. It looks like another tag now, and Spiros Arion and Sammartino going back and forth with heavy blows, heavy forearm smashes. Is a left hand. Sammartino now looks like he's a little dazed, coming back with a right hand of his own. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oh, Arion looks like he's a little dizzy now. One shoulder tackle by DeNucci now. DeNucci hit that other rope now, dropped down by Spiros Arion, and Dominic DeNucci hit Arion with another shoulder tackle, going off the rope now. Arion a little dazed now on the mat now, doesn't know what state he's in. Big slam now. Unbelievable action now, and Dominic DeNucci slammed the Golden Greek. And it looks like the big knee now into that atomic knee drop. Superstar had a hand in that one. Dominic DeNucci down for the cover. And there's the bell now, and the first fall in this tag team match goes to the Superstar Billy Graham and Spiros Arion. They're starting up right away now, working on Dominic DeNucci. It's Superstar Billy Graham. Heavy elbows to the back of the neck now, to the top turnbuckle. Oh no, he might have hit that steel post. He might have hit that steel post now. Oh, hot tag on Sammartino. Coming in now, Bruno Sammartino. Superstar Billy Graham back and forth with a couple of rights and lefts. Sammartino clenches in with that side headlock, shoots him into the ropes now. Sammartino with a big scoop slam now at Superstar, and Bruno finds himself flat on the mat now. Superstar Billy Graham with those big 22-inch pythons. Sammartino kicking out of that fall now, shoots Superstar into the rope now. Oh, he buried that into the midsection. He buried that boot into Superstar Billy Graham. And Superstar Billy Graham now a little winded now, and Sammartino wants to know, where are those big muscles now? On the apron. Watch out for Spiros Arion, that sneaky Greek. You gotta watch out for those Greeks. They come from behind almost all the time. And it's superstar Billy Graham now clenching up on the reverse headlock, and San Martino rails him back into that corner buckle to break the hold. San Martino, big boot to the midsection of Speros Arion. This action is hot and heavy. It's Arion and San Martino in the corner now. San Martino with the big bear hug. Oh, superstar with that big knee in the back now. Danucci with a double axe handle now on Arion. Oh, he's got him up in that. Oh, he's got him up in that airplane spin now. Dominic Danucci making the dizzy Greek. Oh, he's got the Greek down. Looks like he's got him for the cover now. Stanley's going in. There's the bell now, and Bruno San Martino and Dominic Danucci tie it up at one fall apiece here at the Boston Garden Great Mat Classics from 1975. We got it right here. I'm the voice of the Mat Classics, Rocky Raymond. And in the middle of the ring, you got superstar Billy Graham and Speros Arion taking a little nap, if you will. Here comes San Martino and Danucci now. They're going to wake him up. They're going to wake him right up. Oh, big shot to the midsection now, and a right blow to the side of the head of Speros Arion. San Martino Arion now, big slam by San Martino. Here comes the superstar off the top. Oh, no! Oh, no!
December 1st, 1958. Attendance 20,350. The gate was $62,847.50. Antonio Rocca and Miguel Perez beat Dr. Jerry Graham and Eddie Graham 2-1, 15 minutes and 7 seconds. Mark Lewin and Don Curtis drew Mike Gallagher and Doc Gallagher. 30-minute time limit. Johnny Valentine drew Haystack Calhoun in 15 minutes. Elio DePaulo beat Dr. Miller. Big Miller. That's his name, Big Bill Miller. He was I think it was something to do with pets. 15 minutes, the decision. The Midgets, Tito and the Farmer beat Tom Thumb and Pee Wee James. Tony Dino Marino beat Ed Miller. Pedro Escobar beat Skullhead Murphy. The Sheik beat Lou Klein. And Don Evans beat Jack Terry. And that was the Battle of the Garden. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. All right, we're back here. Memories of pro wrestling right here at Saugus TV. And we got a challenge right here. We got him back better than ever. We got him here on the show coming in from Mexico City. El Tremendo, great to have you back here, buddy.
Hola. Thank you, Senor Rocky Raymond. Thank you for having me back.
We're having it going on. We got this thing. I hear this feud going on with you and Astro Man coming in from the Dominican Republic. What's going on?
Don't bring up that name in front of me, Astro Man. I challenged him to come onto this show so we could have a Rock'em Sock'em battle. And you know what he did? He ran to the Dominican Republic. I don't know where he is. I haven't heard from him.
There.
I haven't seen him, but he ran away. Astro Man, where are you? We're supposed to be doing this right now.
He ran like a rabbit that he is. He ran, but he's going to be back here. I got an email from him. He said he's coming back. I think he's doing some kind of wedding, I don't know what's going on.
He's doing a wedding?
I don't know. Someone's getting married. I don't know. There's so many girls.
There's always somebody getting married in the Dominican Republic.
But we want to know right now.
I want to play this. I want to do this. I want this belt.
You want the belt. You want the Saugus TV Championship, and we're going to have him here. We're going to bring him right here, and we're going to wish everyone a Merry Christmas right here in Saugus, and all the things that are going on with El Tremendo is going to be matched up against Astro Man in the weeks to come right here on Memories of the Boston Garden. All right, we're back here. We're right here at Saugus TV. My man, Bandit Bill Rossi. It's great to see you, Bill.
Same here, Rocky.
It's been a while, but we'll try to stay in touch. I know things are a little rough everywhere, but let's stay in touch with your friends. You know, you're going to stay in touch and try now. We get Paul Richards hooked me up, got the numbers and everything. But right now, we want to say so long from Saugus TV, Bandit Bill Rossi, and Rocky Raymond saying so long with memories from the Boston Garden.